This video is about CELPIP speaking test task 1. Let me paint a picture for you. You're in the CELPIP speaking test, and suddenly the screen flashes a scenario like your friend is freaking out about moving to a new city alone. What advice would you give them? And boom, you've got 30 seconds to plan and 90 seconds to sound like a wise, friendly genius. Feeling the heat already? Don't worry. Today, I've got simple yet powerful strategies with a fresh example response that will help you own this task. So let's get started. First thing, what are they really testing? They don't want a perfect answer. They want a real, logical, and natural one. So here's what self-help examiners look for. Are your ideas are helpful and relevant? Are your suggestions are easy to follow? Do you sound polite and confident? And are your sentences are smooth and natural? So these are the things that the examiners look for. All right, so here's my super practical four-step plan. You can think of this as the talk like a real friend framework. The first step here is show empathy right way. And the second one is offer 2 to 3 suggestions. Third step is add reasons or examples. And the fourth one is end on a positive note. So if you want, you can just pause the video, grab a pen and paper, and make a note of this four-step plan so that it would be easy for you to implement in your test. Let's move on to step 1 now. Show empathy, right? You have to start with something that shows which you care. For example, you can say things like, I totally understand how you're feeling, or else, like, that sounds like a tough spot to be in. You're definitely not alone. Many people feel this way. I'll tell you why this will help you to boost your score. Because this instantly sets a friendly, supportive tone, and that's what examiners love. Got it? So the first one is empathy. You have to show that empathy every time. And the next one is step 2. Try to offer 2 or 3 real suggestions. Don't go on a long rant. Instead, give 2 or 3 clear and useful tips, and each one should sound like something a real person could actually do. Use signposting to introduce each idea. For example, you can say, like, one thing you could try is so and so and another helpful step might be whatever it is, you can just continue that. Finally, I would suggest, so when you speak in this way using the signposters, this helps you stay organized and makes it easier for listeners to follow along. Got it? Okay, now let's move on to step 3. This one is a golden rule to achieve level 9 plus. You have to add a reason or example after each suggestion. So never just give advice like random advice. You have to back it up with either a logical reason or a real life example so that people will be able to connect with you properly. So instead of saying, like, talk to your boss, you can say something like, talk to your boss, because most managers appreciate honesty and you might be able to come up with a plan together that works for both of you. So it's just an example. Now you can see the difference, right? Instead of saying, like, talk to your boss, if you tell it clearly why you need to talk to your boss, you are giving the reason, right? And also an example. So it sounds smart, caring, and real. Got it? And the fourth step is end on a positive note. So wrap it up by showing support and confidence in the person. Say something like, I'm sure things will work out. You just need to take the first step. I really believe you will handle this well. So end it on a positive note because tone matters. So you have to end it in a strong way. So level 9 plus style language, what does it actually mean? Try to use natural but precise vocabulary. You want to sound like a real person, not like a textbook or a robot. Okay? Say burned out instead of tired. And you can say like set boundaries instead of saying no. Recharge mentally instead of saying relax. Ease into it instead of saying start slowly. So try to use phrases that match the situation that you're talking about. And also, you can vary your sentence structure. Don't start every sentence with you should. Try to mix it up with one thing that might help is so and so, or you can say like if I were in your shoes based on the context, right? So this way you have to start your sentences. You can use signposters, transitional words, okay? Also, try to include a few complex sentences. Even though it might feel awkward at first, speaking honestly can actually build trust and respect. So that's the kind of sentence self-help loves. Got it? Then use tone words. When you give advice, tone matters, right? So use words that sound kind, understanding, and positive. Words like supportive, encouraging, realistic, respectfully. Got it? Now, let's move on to the scenario. Here is an example. So the prompt here is your friend Rohan just got promoted to a leadership role but feels anxious because he's never managed a team before. Give him some advice on how to approach this new responsibility. So remember to include the steps that we have discussed so far and try to come up with your own response. Now let me tell my response, okay? Hey Rohan, first of all, congrats on the promotion. That's a huge step forward, and it shows that people trust your abilities. I totally get that stepping into a leadership role can feel intimidating, especially at first. But don't worry, you've got this. One thing I would recommend is starting by building strong relationships with your team. Take time to understand their strengths, listen to their ideas, and create an open environment. People respond well when they feel valued. Another thing you could do is talk to someone who's already in a leadership position, whether it's a mentor or a former manager. Hearing how they handled similar situation can give you real clarity and boost your confidence. Finally, don't be afraid to admit what you don't know. Good leaders aren't perfect, they are learners. Asking for input and being transparent shows maturity and earns respect. You have always been thoughtful and hardworking, and I have no doubt you will grow into this role beautifully. Just take it one step at a time. Okay, so let me tell you why this response will give you a level 9 plus. First one is the opening. If you see here, hey Rohan, first of all, congrats on the promotion, right? The first paragraph. This one, if you see the tone, it is very friendly, supportive, and human. So that creates instant rapport. And we have used the person's name and congratulated, right, which adds emotional warmth. And also we have acknowledged the anxiety and also normalized it. So this shows emotional intelligence. Got it? And if you see the first suggestion, one thing I would recommend is starting by building strong relationship with your team till this they feel valued. So this one, not just be a good leader, but how by focusing on team relationships, emphasis on specific advice, correct? And also we have used action verbs like build, listen, and create. And also, we have given supportive detail. We have explained why this matters, like people feel valued. That leads to positive responses, right? And also, some of the vocabulary, such as open environment, understand strengths, respond well. So, these are professional vocabulary related to the context. And if you move on to the second suggestion, from another thing to this word confidence, right? It builds on the idea of growing into the role by learning from others. So that's the logical next step, right? And we have used phrases like another thing you could do is and give you real clarity. So it sounds conversational yet intelligent, and mentor, former manager for specific examples, right? It makes it easier for the listener to visualize the advice. Finally, don't be afraid to admit what you don't know till this phrase earns respect. So, this passage gives you an idea of the advanced thinking. So, the message here is very profound. Leadership is about vulnerability and growth, right? And also, we have framed complex sentence structure. The phrase, good leaders aren't perfect, they are learners, uses contrast for impact and nuanced vocabulary like transparent, maturity, earns respect. It elevates the tone and depth. And also, it encourages growth mindset, a big plus for self tone criteria. Okay, so this passage, yes, vocabulary very rich, expressive, and precise. Grammar, we have shown the sentence variety, and then content, it's very insightful and complete. And when we talk about the closing one, yes, it's very positive and empowering. Got it? So try to apply all these strategies into your self-pip speaking task one. That's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more self-pip tips. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.